Hold on there, young man. I see a white rose in your pocket there. You don't happen to be here for a blind date, do you? Well, there's two ways I would be able to figure that out. Either I'm a private investigator with the keen observation and logical reasoning abilities to find out that you're wearing that rose in your jacket pocket to signify that you're someone else's date without knowing who that opposing date is. Or I'm just a woman who's been told that her date would be wearing a white rose. Oh, don't be so shy, cutie. It's completely all right. I said I'd wait at the bar, and I went to the table early. I didn't want to get too tipsy before you arrived. I am quite the lightweight. My friends joke that I get drunk even if I just get a whiff of a Long Island iced tea or a martini. Oh, right. Just go ahead and take a seat. I ordered a bottle of water and some bread to start. But I don't doubt you'll want something of your own to drink. Well, as I understand it, a friend of mine works in the office next to you. And you apparently revealed to her at some point that you were looking for a date on Valentine's Day. Not into girls your age, not into speed dating events, which, let's be honest, they do kind of suck. You don't want to know my experiences with some of those events. Would you believe me if I told you I was denied entering one time because they didn't believe I was single? Yeah, it was super weird. They just kept saying, "No, sorry, this event is for singles only," when I was literally single at the time. Honestly, looking back, it's kind of funny. They had a bunch of people there at the event already who, I'll be honest, weren't conventionally attractive. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I'm not big on makeup, as you might be able to see. I'm only wearing a little bit of lipstick tonight. Oh, that's such a very sweet compliment, young man. I'm quite aware that most boys like you don't have much of an understanding of makeup. So, knowing that you find me hot either way is a very sly comment, to say the least. And I haven't been told anything similar by a man in years. Well, the thing about people assuming I'm already in a relationship, it's kind of a running trend. All the young men I find that I'm into seem to assume a woman like me isn't looking for anything but some fun, even when I'm giving them more than bedroom eyes across the bar. I've even gone as far as walking up to one such boy once. Unfortunately, I had the misfortune of trying to flirt with a boy who was already in a relationship with a girl who, when she saw the two of us talking, promptly marched up to him and gave him quite a long, enthusiastic kiss, which was good enough of a hint for me. I'm not a homewrecker. I'm actually quite happy for him. A protective girlfriend is never a bad thing to have, wouldn't you agree? Oh, such a sweet boy. I'm glad you like my dress. I was wondering if it wasn't a bit too revealing. It's not see-through or anything, but this cut down reaches beyond my belly button, and the strings of fabric it leaves to cover me are a little too small for decency. You can see the sides of my breasts peeping out from the side, and then there's these little charms on the chains, just right in between, giving you the perfect excuse to stare. I do love the gloves, though. And there's just something about thin, red fabric covering my arms and hands that makes me feel incredibly sexy, you know? It makes me feel desirable and in control. Oh, just wait until I stand up, sweet boy. It'll be a surprise for you. Although, I can reveal it a little bit, I suppose. This dress used to cover my legs entirely, but I didn't quite like that. I asked my tailor to have it altered, and he took away quite a bit of fabric. I quite like the result, and I hope you do too. Oh, don't you worry. Nobody here will be too shocked or scandalized. In all honesty, as much as I tease, I'm not going to run the risk of doing anything too uncouth in public. At home, that's in another story entirely. How naughty of you. And maybe that's how I walk around in the comfort and privacy of my own home. But then, maybe you'll see that later tonight. Enough about me. I've been blabbering on, and you haven't been able to get a word in. Go on, tell me about yourself. I'd like to know everything you can think of. Place of work, I know already, obviously. But I don't know much else. Hobbies, family, sense of style, favorite movies. All of it. Tell me anything and everything. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm wealthy. I'm well organized with my money, and I can afford more than the occasional treat for myself. But I'm not some super wealthy CEO. I live in a suburban home, not a penthouse. Which has its advantages, but also some disadvantages. Really, there's some dreams I'd like to have fulfilled still. The one of which may or may not involve a penthouse with lots of windows and a big, fluffy bed. Darling, I don't know if you've picked up on it by now, but I feel like I should tell you this. I am looking for something very particular. Some people might call me picky for it, but I simply can't help myself. I'm looking for a very specific relationship dynamic. And not everyone likes that. So, if I tell you what I'm about to tell you, I need you to first promise that you'll at least not storm out. If you don't like it, We can, at the very least, finish this dinner cordially and not make a scene. Wonderful. Thank you for promising me. Now, I'm looking for, for a lack of a better term, a house husband. Some people I know tell me I'm looking for a boy wife or a male wife, but that doesn't quite cover what I want. It's not necessarily that I want to be with a cute guy who's feminine in all ways, but what's in his pants? It's the fact that I want to take care of someone. I want to be the breadwinner and come home to my husband every day. I want to, well, I want to have the domestic life, but with a guy as the stay-at-home one instead of me. I'm not sure if this is coming across too well. Oh, you get it. That's nice. So, does that mean you're interested in being in a relationship like that? There's no pressure behind it, of course. No is an answer too. I get why it might be strange or why you wouldn't like it. I mean, it's literally the opposite of the normal relationship, the nuclear family and all that. I mean, you could describe me as a bit of a rebel, I suppose. I don't care much for beauty norms or gender norms. Almost as if I'm looking to reject society or something. But no. All I want is to be a beautiful wife to my loyal, stay-at-home husband. And the men my age are far too set on their values to qualify. So, I've had to resort to the newer generations to find what I'm looking for. And now here you are, looking quite delicious in that three-piece suit with the white rose. And normally, I wouldn't bring this subject up in the first date. But I really think that maybe we could be a thing together. I'm not sure you're open to what I want, so I really just want to know before I invest too much. That's amazing. I'm very glad to hear that. Oh, a condition. What would that be then? Oh, I see. That's wonderful. Simply amazing. I'm so glad I came out here tonight. I should not have doubted my friend for even a second. Oh, definitely. I'd love to call you my good boy, over and over and over. If that's your only condition before trying a relationship like this, I believe we're going to be in for a very fun time. Oh, absolutely. I know the kind of stuff some naughty boys want nowadays. They want an older woman to take care of them, call them a good boy, and make them feel very, very good. And while I would love to spoil you in all sorts of ways. I'm only going to reward a good boy if he acts like a good boy. I do expect my future good boy to do all sorts of things other than just being absolutely adorable. Well, to be an adorable house husband, you need to take care of the house while I'm away, wouldn't you? But I promise I won't be too tough on you. All I need you to do is make sure we can eat and that the house doesn't get super dirty so that I can come home, eat, sit on the couch with you, go to the bathroom to get cleaned up together, maybe even go to the bedroom before we even have dinner, because I'm just so excited to see you again. Oh, don't you worry for even a moment, my dear. I am very good at this. I'll be honest. I've done some research on this topic. To put it in publicly decent terms, I know that perhaps you like to call me particular names. Does Mommy sound familiar at all? Oh, look at you blush. Oh, you're so adorable, turning all red when I say it even once. I can't imagine how much effort it'll take to get you to say it yourself. Or maybe it'll slip out naturally as a product of overstimulation, overwhelmed by pleasure. I can already imagine it, seeing you blush and whimper beneath me. Shh. Don't get too excited, cutie. Let's stay calm in the restaurant. We can't be too naughty in public yet. You have to be a little bit contained, my cute boy. We still have to finish dinner, first of all. We're only at the second course, and we haven't even finished it. I know you want it very, very badly. But unfortunately, you'll simply have to wait. Oh, don't be sad, my dear. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not denying it entirely. Of course, we're going to go home together. Now that this date is going so well. But we're not quite done here yet. So, will you be a good boy for me and finish your dinner quickly? I am quite excited to get out of here myself. And I can't wait to see your reaction when I stand up. And when I hold the car door open for you. And when I take you into my home. There's so many things I want to see and hear out of you. But we're both forced to wait just a little bit longer. Don't you think it's hot in here? I feel like I'm turning a little red myself as well. I say we skip dessert. What do you think? I'm sure we could come up with something to replace it when I get to my house. I'm pretty sure I have some whipped cream lying around the fridge. We could use that to great effect. Agreed. Then finish your main course, my good boy. We've got a long night ahead of us, and I can't wait to get started.